Ever had one of those million-dollar app ideas, but, you have no idea how to code? Well, the game is seriously changing. Some of the biggest names in AI are making this incredibly bold promise that pretty soon you won't need a whole team of engineers to build an empire. So yeah, let's get into it.
I mean, just listen to this. The vision isn't just for a successful side hustle. It's for a billion-dollar company, built by one person. That's the actual claim from Amjad Masad, who's the founder and CEO of Replit. It sounds almost unbelievable, right? But it's at the absolute heart of a huge shift in what it even means to be an entrepreneur today.
And the company right in the middle of all this is Replit. It's an AI-powered platform designed to do exactly that. Take your idea and turn it into a real thing. See, Amjad's mission isn't just about making coding a little easier. It's about completely tearing down the single biggest wall that stops most people from starting a business, the technical skills.
And look, this isn't just some theory. $5 million. That's the projected annual revenue of a company built by one guy, a former CFO who used Replit to finally create an app he'd been dreaming about for 20 years. Get this, he built it in 3 months, with literally 0 engineers.
Okay, so this is the real question, isn't it? We hear these incredible success stories and it just sounds like magic. But can any of us, an ordinary person with a great idea, really just sit down and conjure a whole business out of thin air? Well, the answer, it's a little more complicated than that.
So to find out what it's really like, let's look at what happened when someone actually tried to do it. An interviewer decided to put the platform to the test, building something completely from scratch, just to see if the promise holds up.
Her goal was super practical, and honestly, a great idea. She wanted to build a tool that could look at YouTube videos and predict which ones might go viral if they just had a new title or a different thumbnail. It's a perfect idea because it uses her specific knowledge as a creator.
But here's where that hype crashes into reality. This quote just says it all. It wasn't some one-click magic button. 6 hours in, she realized, nope, it's not magic. It is a process. It takes work, it takes trying again and again, and it takes patience.
And then this. The dreaded error message. After all those hours of work, the app just didn't work. This is that moment of pure frustration that anybody who's ever tried to build anything knows all too well. It's the wall, and honestly, it's the wall that makes most people just give up. So, if it's not a magic button, then what is the secret? What's the secret sauce? This is where the founder, Amjad, comes in and explains what AI can do for you, and maybe more importantly, what it can't. Turns out the tool is only one part of the whole equation.
And this is just a brilliant way to think about it. Don't think of the AI as some all-knowing genius. Think of it as a really powerful, super eager, but very easily distracted intern. It can do incredible work, but only if you're a good manager. Your job isn't builder anymore. Your job is to be an excellent manager.
So what makes a great manager in this new world? Well, Amjad breaks it down into 4 key things. First, you have to be relentlessly resourceful. You got to figure out how to get yourself unstuck. Second, you need grit. Plain and simple. Don't quit after 6 hours when you hit that wall. Third, you've got to use your deep domain knowledge. That's your secret weapon. And finally, you have to over-communicate with your AI intern. Be super precise, be super detailed with your instructions.
And if you need any proof that grit matters, just look at Replit's own story. It was anything but an overnight success. Amjad started it as a side project. He faced major rejection, even from investors like Peter Thiel, who actually called AI hype. He went through what he calls a dark place, with layoffs just last year. It was pushing through all those lows that set them up for the explosive growth they're seeing now.
And this right here, this is the core of it, isn't it? Amjad says that feeling of having a bunch of doubters, of people saying it can't be done, and then actually succeeding anyway, that's what drives so many entrepreneurs. The struggle is exactly what makes the win feel so good.
So what this all means is that the very definition of a founder is changing. The job is becoming way less about your ability to write perfect code and much more about your ability to see a problem and manage the tools to create real value.
Let's just break that down, because the difference is insane. The old way? You had to hire a whole dev team, spend like 20 grand a month, and wait for months just to get your first version out. The new way? You're the manager. You can build something in a few days, and you can launch and get feedback from real users almost instantly. The barrier to entry has just completely collapsed.
But hold on, if anyone can build an app now, how do you compete? Where's your edge?
Well, your unfair advantage isn't technical anymore. It's human. It's your specific expertise, your tacit knowledge. That's all the stuff you know that AI can't just scrape from the internet. It's your creativity to come up with a truly new idea. And as we've seen, it's your grit to actually see it through.
Which brings us to the most exciting part of all of this. What does this mean for you, right now and in the next few years? We're moving past just talking about it and into what's actually possible.
So let's go back to that crazy billion-dollar promise. While that might still be a little ways off, Amjad makes a much more concrete prediction for the near future. He truly believes a single person could realistically build a business with $50 million in annual recurring revenue in just the next couple of years. Just stop and think about that. A massive, industry-changing company run by one person. So here's the bottom line. The technical hurdles are vanishing. The tools are here and they're getting better every single day. The only things left in the equation are your unique knowledge, your creativity, and your persistence, which really just leaves one question left to ask. What are you going to build?